I have put in place a zero tolerance policy for illegal entry on our southwest border. If you cross the border unlawfully, then we will prosecute you. It's that simple. If you smuggle illegal aliens across our border, then we will prosecute you. If you are smuggling a child, then we will prosecute you. And that child may be separated from you as required by law.
In April 2018, the Trump administration announced it would pursue a zero-tolerance policy for asylum seekers and would criminally prosecute every adult who illegally entered or tried to enter the country. However, because the government cannot hold children in immigration detention centers for more than 20 days, if adults were sent to jail or indefinite detention centers while awaiting asylum requests, their children were not allowed to stay with them. The zero-tolerance policy is believed to have led to the practice of separating families, though there is evidence to indicate it began earlier, as Health and Human Services noted a sharp increase in the number of children who were separated from their parents before the zero-tolerance policy.
Due to the large backlash, President Trump signed an executive order in June 2018 that tried to keep families together, but left the zero-tolerance policy in place. Families would be housed together in impromptu detention centers unless authorities believed keeping the family together would be harmful to the children. The Trump administration hopes that the courts or Congress will change the immigration rules and allow families to be detained together indefinitely. However, since Trump's second executive order, there have been at least 245 children who have been separated from their parents at the border.
Additionally, we are now hearing of horrific separation stories, like the mother from El Salvador who was separated from her son for 8 months based on suspected gang ties, which were proven to be inaccurate. Cases like this are happening more and more as the government is now separating families based on vague allegations of past gang membership or minor criminal convictions. Due to the trauma her son suffers from separation, he fears her leaving again and always wants to stay with her at all times.
This issue is related to the Catholic social teaching of life and dignity of the human person, which is being gravely violated by separating families. The separation of parents and children poses a direct threat to the healthy lives of children as they often experience great stress, which damages their brains by killing their neurons as a result of separation. The negative effect on the life and dignity of separated children is made obvious through the great disapproval of this act by many medical professionals and organizations such as the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Psychiatric Association. Medical professionals have determined that separation lowers brain activity in children and can also cause one's IQ to lower. Nothing can take away God-given dignity, not even being an undocumented immigrant, and thus they should be treated with respect. Ultimately, the life and dignity of separated children is being violated, as children's health, as well as present and future well-being, is being put in jeopardy.
So how can we work to put an end to these atrocious actions? We can encourage support of legislation that keeps families together and close the loopholes of already existing legislation. We can write to politicians to hold them accountable in supporting legislation against family separation. And finally, we can highlight and spread awareness of the dignity of immigrants even if they are not legal.